Hello everyone, it's Jeff Murphy again, just going over the setup for scenario number 3. This one's very straightforward. We're just adding in the Carnage at Devil's Run expansion. Basically, you're just going to mix in the new hazard tokens. Feel free to use whatever side you want for the starting tile, but other than that, you're just doing all the setup steps we've discussed before, and you're going for a mayhem run at Carnage at Devil's Run. All right. Thank you very much, and I hope it helps. We're going to go on to scenario 4. Hello, everyone. We're going to be setting up scenarios 4, and this will work for scenario 5 as well, and I'll explain the differences between the two. But we're going to be setting up the board with all our elements as before in previous scenarios, but now we're going to be adding in 2 new elements. One will be we're going to be adding in the Chop Shop upgrade deck, which in this scenario we're going to play like we have 3 players going, and so we draw as many off the top and show them kind of in a market as there are available players. On the end of the board, in an empty spot somewhere where there's no players sitting, we're going to be putting in this scenario the big rig, and in scenario 5 it'll be the same except it's going to be the final 5. So to start the game, everyone does their roll off. We're going to pretend like the blue player here has the lowest, and they're going to roll their road dice, put it in front, and now the big difference is for now on, this first player is going to get to shop the extra ammo pack cards and 1 Chop Shop upgrade card. So these Chop Shop upgrade cards cost 5 scrap to purchase. So we're just going to pretend like we purchased one. We're going to equip it to a car for the game. The market fills. And now the cool part is, unlike the extra ammo pack cards, the Chop Shop upgrade cards at the very end of the campaign will be worth 5 scrap each. Now, let's say you have, throughout the different scenarios, because you're going to be buying this one scenario, you have all 3 cars loaded. You might want to switch one out. You can also spend an additional 5 scrap to swap out the card with another one. That just gets shuffled back into the Chop Shop upgrades. And essentially, you're spending the 5 scrap and losing it in the overall campaign to get a different one after that point. But at the end, each one you do currently have at the end of the campaign will give you 5 scrap. So after everyone is rolled and purchased, we keep it exactly how it is. We're not rolling for the big rig yet. Everyone's going to play through their very first turn. They're going to play 1 card, and then the starting player is going to roll the big rig dice and play a turn with the big rig. This around the board, and then the big rig going will go around till the end of the round, where then the next player in clockwise order rolls their starting dice, rolls the road dice, and then they're in control of the big rig for the round. Cool part is with the big rig, any scrap you drive it over and pick up, and any damage you do that causes scrap is going to give that player in control of it for the round scrap. It goes directly to them. The party favor tokens, if the big rig ends its turn, the cab of the big rig, on a party favor token, then it's going to pick it up, and it will have the big rig will contain ownership of it, so any player controlling it for that round can use it in lieu of the golden muffler. If the golden muffler gets picked up, the player controlling it at that time puts that with their scrap to collect at the end of the game. The mega repair, on a note as well, will heal 1 space on each of the big rig's different areas. So the big rig, when the end line appears in the race, if the big rig crosses it, it doesn't end the game. The game will continue till one of the players' cars crosses it and the normal scoring occurs. If all teams are eliminated except for one, like normal, and the big rig is still on the table, the game also ends there as well. Little side note, the player controlling the big rig for the round doesn't get an extra scrap token for it being on the board. It just gets 1 for each of their remaining cars that are active. All right, I hope this helps, and we are going to go on to scenario 6. Quick note, I had forgot to mention that if the big rig is destroyed, it does cause the finish line to appear like normal. And by the end of that scenario 5, with the final 5, each one you'll have 2 Chop Shop upgrade cards by that point. So when you go into scenario 6, you'll be purchasing your 3rd one.